Am I actually here? Jesus, YouTube. What happened? Now I gotta fix my YouTube chat because chat is still a separate... Oi! Don't... Okay, thank you. I was about to say, don't say I make that first try. Alright. Don't you fucking crash. Oh my god. Dude, my preview window's fucked. It looks normal for you all, but I assure you... Okay, it's fixed now. Dude, I'm gonna lose my mind. I can't play the game tonight, and I don't know what's going on. This is concerning. I mean, I'll be there, like, I don't care about live splitting. No, don't save anything. Stop. No, don't save anything. I don't even know if I can do... If this crashes again... Jesus Christ. Hey. Alright. Let's try this again. Alright, I'm gonna reset. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What do you mean? I don't want to tap out again. I really don't want to tap out again. I feel like tabbing breaks the game. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna reset mentally, and we're gonna continue on like this never happened. I haven't dropped any more frames. So... Like, does something feel off to you, Converter? Because it looks fine to me, but... Apparently that doesn't mean crap right now. Tapping broke OBS? What do you mean? OBS is lying to me? And I can't play windowed in this game. I have to play full screen. Off VSync, I don't think that's going to change anything. Yeah, anyway, alright. Things look fine. I'm going to go for now. And then hopefully this doesn't crash. Anyway. Alright, so... Alright, so this guy gives us a gun. It has a grenade launcher attachment, which I can use to actually shoot on the ground and give myself a grenade boost. I can use this in a couple of funny ways. Like that, by jumping out of bounds. So I just jumped over this giant invisible wall that is like right here. If I were to go past it, I would clip back in bounds. But there's a visible wall I just jumped over right here. So I did a couple things. I know it's all really quick, but I'll explain them really quickly. So first things first, this rifle has a grenade launcher attachment. If I shoot it on the ground and hold the button, you can see it just stays on the ground. And once I let go, it'll explode. So if I do this, and then you can see if I let go, that will explode. So, first things first, do a grenade jump, shoot them with my feet, get myself higher, get myself further. That's how that works. The second thing I did is, I call it save load canceling, or save load fall cancel, whatever you want to call it. If you save and load really quickly, right near the ground, you cancel all of your vertical velocity, or all your velocity. So when you reload, you just spawn in thin air, basically. So I spammed quick save, and then I reloaded it after I died, so I just spawned with no fall damage. So, the last thing I did was an out-of-bounds walk. It's a little weird to think about how it works, but the way it works is when you're walking out of bounds, when you go over terrain, that's fine. But when you're out of bounds and then you walk over nothing, so like if this is terrain here and I'm walking, the moment I go past here, I'm going to start falling down like this. So I'm not going to keep going vertically, like horizontally, like in a straight line like this. Instead, I'm going to go down like this, very slowly, but I will still go downward. So I need to take that into account whenever I'm walking off a ledge while I'm out of bounds. So, 3 things all over quick. Double grenade jump, the save load, fall cancel, and then out of bounds walking. So, all of that just to skip all the way here to the end of the level. So, the end of the level trigger doesn't exist until this little thing plays, and then once you stand in this room, a cutscene will play, that's the end of the level. So, that's 3 big tricks we have to start. Now we're going to do probably the biggest glitch of the run, because you get to use it in a bunch of funny ways. This is what I want to call reverse object boosting. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this barrel against a wall. And I have 3 time powers. I have time slow, stop, and reverse. The game does not really like when you go in time reverse, stand on an object, and then jump. Because of that, what I'm going to do is get something in a spot that I need. I'm going to then reverse it, and then stand on it and jump. I can explain it more in a second, but basically I'm going the opposite direction of what I want to do this. So you can see I just launched off the object into the air. Now I'm stuck in a wall. This is another bug, but I'll explain how that works later. But now that I'm in this wall, I'm going to inch myself out of this wall until I'm just over land, and then I can walk out of bounds freely. So, again, a lot of glitches really quickly. It's kind of hard to get through them all really fast, but... So, reversed object boosting is going backwards to go forwards, is the way that I like to describe it to people, is because you can't go the direction you want to go because you're going in reverse. So, I'm using time reverse to go the way I want to go. So, I need to take some object and push it in the opposite direction of where I want to go, and then it will push me in time reverse the correct direction. So, by doing that setup, I could basically make any object a cannon to launch me basically anywhere I want to. As long as it's on the correct path of where I need to go, I can use any object that's movable in time reverse to launch me to the correct direction I want to go. So, the other thing you saw there, it's not really a trick that I control or want to do, but it's when you fly out of bounds over an object, when you don't like just walk out of bounds, but when you basically fly out of bounds, you basically get stuck in, you can think of it like a force field. So like if this was the house and I flew up like this, I would get stuck here, like in line with the house, and I can't go anywhere. Instead, I have to inch my way out of the house slowly, and then once I'm above land, I will then fall. It's a little weird with how it works, but I guess it like it's like a preventative safety measure thing of how it works. I don't really know how it works. I just know that once you get stuck, you can inch yourself very slowly out of that force field to then fall back in bounds. So anyway, yeah, reverse object boosting, getting stuck in the wall, just to skip to the end of the level right here. So all it cares about is going into this pipe. If you can get to this pipe early, then that's great. Right now, I'm just gonna jump over this dude. I have 1 less grenade than I need to, or than I need. All right. Let's see if this works. If this works, this would be really funny. I'm totally winging it here. So in time stop, you can steal an enemy's weapon, which is kind of funny. But I'm waiting here for my health to recharge. All right, cool. So now I'm going to do a triple grenade jump. I don't think I have the health for this, but I'm going to try it. So here, I'm going to use a frag grenade with the tube grenades at once. I think they're going to be mad at me too much, so I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try it. That actually almost works. Can I? Nope, I didn't want to save. I'm surprised I didn't have enough grenades. I got shot. So, give me a sec to try this. This normally does take a few tries to get right. Nope. I'm surprised that saved. There's a backup I can do, but I'm going to give this a few tries before giving in, throwing in the towel on this one. I don't like how they're shooting me. No, let's just take him out so I can... Alright. They should... Enough of them should be dead, so they shouldn't cause a problem. Oh, are you kidding me? Alright, cool. Now he should be dead. Alright, anyway. So, we're gonna set this up. We're gonna set up a triple grenade jump here. Not quite. Almost there. So, I need to get over this wall here. I'm sort of threading the needle on damage here. There's 3 grenades would easily kill you, let alone 2. Alright, cool. We're good. Alright. So, I'm gonna jump out of bounds over that wall, and we're just gonna walk to the end. So, normally, you go through this fight over there, you go under the ground into, we'll call this Central Park. You go do all this fighting here, and then you come out through this door. To the subway down here. And that's what's normally supposed to happen. But instead, I can just come to the end of the Central Park fight and just do that. And now I'm back in bounds. Alright, I'm going to make sure that I steal some ammo. I'm going to make sure I take this. Thank you. The way you collect ammo in this game is kind of weird. It will not give you more ammo in your reserves to compensate for having less in your mag. It only will hold 2 grenades in your reserves before it will let you pick up more. So here we're going to solve a puzzle by walking on water. That stopping time lets water become a solid object, and then you can just walk on it. So, alrighty. So now you've seen pretty much every trick in the run, but now we're going to start utilizing them in different ways and finding ways to, you know, jump over terrain, go out of bounds, skip sections, stuff like that. So you've seen all the tricks in our arsenal, and now you're just gonna start seeing how we put them together to create this run, basically. So now I just jumped over that wall to skip walking around. I'm gonna wait for my health to heal, and then I'm gonna do a double grenade jump off this wall here. That went beautifully. And I'm just gonna skip to the end of the level. So normally you have to go through all this fighting, but instead I can just jump over the wall and go to the end. These frag grenades are also like plasmas from Halo, and they will stick to things. So I can throw them on a dude, and then they will stick. Alright. As long as those enemies in the truck die, we can hit this button to open the door, and we can move on. So I just need to wait for the game to realize what we've done, and now we can move on. Also, I do realize I don't have a timer running. I'm just going to look at it in post. Next level here. So, so here's a fun mechanic. If your health is below, we'll say around 20%, if you do time stop, you will start to heal. So another thing we can abuse later, but we'll see when we get to that point. So let's skip a puzzle here by just grenade jumping onto this. And then I'm going to time stop here, and then just grenade jump over this wall to avoid going around. And then we're going to go into here towards the second half of the level. So just mainly just like a couple grenade jumps just to skip some small stuff. Not a lot skipped there. And now we're going to solve this laser puzzle by just using time slow. I did mention a while ago that walking was the fastest way for me to get around. That is technically false. And time slow is your pseudo sprint feature. You do get a little bit of increased movement speed when you use time slow, but that is not really... I will use it when I can, but I don't have it often enough to abuse. So these are just some time puzzles to use our abilities on. So things are moving, or there's something like the seesaw that'll tip. I'm going to use my abilities to stop them. But for now, I'm just going to kind of walk through the end of this level. There's not really much going on here, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave this to donations. So I'll just let donations handle this section, because there's... I have not tested how to keep this door open. There's a way to do it, I just don't know how to do it. But I really should try to test that, but I don't have the time. Because I'm busy tomorrow, and then I'm busy Friday traveling, and then on Saturday I'm busy with setup. I guess I could do it Sunday, but Sunday I'm going to be busy with the initial day of GDQ. Alright, so we'll assume that they finish their spiel here. Alright, so some cutscenes at the end of the levels can be skipped by hitting escape at the correct time. They're weird, don't ask. If you miss it, you can't skip it at all. But, alrighty, so here, we're going to do... This is not really a... I mean, I guess it's probably a glitch, but I like to just call this like an unintended consequence of the mechanics of the game. So here, I'm going to clear this room out, and then I'm going to set up a save point right here. So there's this barrel that's going to fall down off this ledge. I don't like how that happened. And I'm going to try to make it fall in a... basically a very light manner, and then I'm going to stand on it in time reverse and have it carry me up to the next floor. So I'm looking for, it's weird to say, a gentle fall, like this. So I want it to fall nice and lightly to a point where I can get up here, if it'll let me. And then I need to clear this room in a certain way to make sure that I can actually open this door. If I don't kill things and spawn the correct enemies... this door right here won't open. So I need to kill this dude. I'm probably dead. Actually, I'm surprised that I'm alive here. Alright, so this dude came out of the door. He's the reason that it's soft locks. If you don't kill things correctly, this door will lock. So I'm going to let my time ability in the corner up there recharge. I know for GDQ it'd be pointing that direction, but... the way that your abilities recharge is actually just tied to how long you haven't used them. So the less you've used them, oops, hold up. The more you've depleted and the more that's recharging, the faster it will go. So it actually rewards you for if you fully depleted and you want to fully recharge it, just let it fully recharge and it will recharge quicker. Alright. But that's the end of the level. So the skip for that level was just riding the barrel up to the second floor. But for here, this is a really difficult puzzle. We got to use our time abilities at the correct time to actually solve the puzzle. So I'm going to time it here. Oh, sorry, I just walked out the elevator. Anyway, yeah, that's normally a puzzle that you're supposed to use your abilities on, but you could just walk out of the elevator and it's fine. It's just kind of whatever on that one. Alright, this level has got some cool grenade jumps. There's not any trick or fling that we're going to use, but in this level we're going to use a lot of grenade jumps. So the first part we'll just kind of we're just going to kind of skip walking around. There's a fun task only trick where you could just launch yourself directly to the roof, which is where inevitably we need to go. But here I'm just going to do a double grenade jump and then heal, and then I'm going to save so I can take these dudes out, and then hopefully, yeah, all right. So I'm waiting for those guys to spawn, and then I'm going to jump over this wall like this. And I'm going to heal, because that guy's being a butt. And then... oh, I took too much damage. Okay. Hopefully... wait, there we go. That's fine. So now, back to where we were before. Really? Alright. Some reason... The dude... Right. This is being a little annoying. There we go. I want to make sure... Save ability energy for when I need it. Are we really gonna... Alright, you gonna do this to me right now, buddy? Shoot! Alright. Okay, this guy needs a raise. I jumped at the wrong time. Alright, give me a sec. I think I'm just gonna... How did a super shotgun shot not kill you? Alright. You just rose from the dead! Alright. Is everything is chasing me through walls right now. I don't understand. Alright, whatever, I'm out of here. No, oh my lord. What? This is not hard. This section is not hard. What is happening? Alright, Jesus, right out of there. Okay, I don't... Alright. Cool. Alright, so we did that section. We just grenade jumped through things just to skip fighting. That's basically what happens. There's a lot of, like, back and forth snaking around up to the roof, but you can just jump over walls with grenades, so. Here is a little bit of a fight. I need to kill enough enemies, but also hit this switch here in the middle. And I'm going to try to kill enough things, but also save enough energy, because I know I'm not going to be able to kill everything quick enough. So I'm just going to tank some damage, heal, and then just kill things as quick as I can. Alright, once the objective complete, alright, we can move on. This is the bit where I'm going to go sit with Amy. Amy is my commentator. I'm going to skip this cutscene and sit here, but kind of not, so I'm close to the mic. Anyway, so this is a 5-minute auto-scroll section, but I can't do anything for like the first 2 minutes, so I'm gonna chill over here with Amy. Kenny's over here, I guess, whatever. Here he is. My hands are obviously off the keyboard, so feel free to watch my camera do some funny stuff. Yeah, this is a large auto-scroller section, so host, if you got some things to share with people, you want to talk about prizes, you want to talk about all the incentives we have coming up, this is your time for the next like 4 minutes, so feel free to have fun. So I'm just gonna riff with the host back and forth. I need to talk to the host. I don't even know who my host is. I forget their name, but
prison's just outside Nome, close to the slave labor camps.
No, right, that's where it crashed.
Sir, this is impossible. I mean, the technology required to rip an encrypted network.
I guess I technically do have a timer with the broadcast time.
This changes
Everything. Tech had just decided to explode for the next 30 minutes. I guess I'll just take the tech curse so GDQ doesn't have the tech curse. That's fine with me. Alright, so all I'll mention about this section, I'll just mention this whenever I get a chance to shove in with the host. But how this section works, it is fully timed. Basically, the only way I could lose time is by using any of my time abilities to do something, which I probably will for safety. But it basically, if you don't use any time abilities, you will finish this level in the same amount of time every time. The way this turret works is it's just like every turret from early FPS games, where if you hold the trigger too long, it overheats, and then you will have to stop firing for a little bit. That's about it. Otherwise, host, you can have the floor again. So I'm just gonna make sure that those planes die, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, please. Alright, come here, plane. No? Alright, that one's going down. Alright, let's take out these land tanks.
Attention. Port side stabilizer failure.
Damn it. They were able to drop even more
Airframe integrity 50%.
Shoot the mines before they're released. Once they drop, they move too fast.
Wait, don't worry about the blimp being on fire. That's actually fine. They really overplay how much damage that your Zeppelin is taking by setting it on fire when it's at 70% health. Where did those bombs come from? Alright, anyway. Goodbye. So we're just chilling for a few minutes. Luckily this is like the only real super long auto scroller.
Port side stabilizer failure. Airframe integrity 50%.
As far as I'm going, we're a flying target. You're going in for Delta Battalion. Their Zep was shot down months ago before we
Delta Battalion.
Crone already had
Alright.
executed.
I kicked my feet up for that mission. Oh! I got shot. That can happen.
You, Nichols, and Ross will take the drop jet down to the canyon.
Attention.
I wonder if I could see Cook anywhere. Or if he's in there. Oh, Cook is probably in there somewhere.
Gentlemen, I want to lead them away from this airspace.
Airframe integrity 50%.
Alright. So we're done with the auto stroller. And now we're going to do another reverse object boost again. So this is cool in that this level is one of the shortest levels in the run. So luckily enough, the exit to the level is behind us over that mountain somewhere. So we're going to come over here. I'm actually going to go ahead and reload just to save myself time. So I want to make sure this shotgun's fully reloaded. And I need that ATV to come at a specific time. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my game here. I'm going to time slow, and then I'm going to use 4 super shotgun blasts to blow up this ATV. And I'm going to shoot this tire in this direction. And then I'm going to reverse, get on it, and jump. And that's going to shoot me to this mountain. Perfect. I'm going to be stuck in that force field like I talked about earlier. I'm going to land on this mountain, go as high as I can go, which is about here. Look off this, and then to the left just a little bit. It's not very precise because I have a bunch of leeway with the exit, but the exit's right here. I'm just gonna walk over land, I'm gonna fall on it, and then I'm gonna hit the end of level trigger, and boom, that's the end of the level. Like 45 seconds to a minute. And now we have an ATV. Don't worry about it.
I have your location. It seems Crone's worked hard to keep this prison off the books.
Alright, so now we get the best weapon in the game, which is the Thunderbolt. This is an explosive crossbow. And this is as overpowered as it sounds. It kills most enemies in one shot. It's explosive, so it does splash damage. And I'll abuse that later. This guy went into the woods here. It's pretty accurate. The travel time is fast enough that it doesn't really matter. This thing needs to get out of the way. Okay, cool. Alright, so we're gonna get in this corner, and then we're gonna do another object boost. That, land, jump, and right to the other side of the ravine. Beautiful. Love this launch. The exit to this level is on the other side of the ravine. It's underneath that canyon, but it hasn't spawned yet. The end of level trigger spawns when you hit a certain trigger in terms of the events in the level. So we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go trigger the level. Fun fact, this entire area is encased in an invisible wall, so I actually can't get inbounds, except for one really funny spot. So I'm going to go ahead here to this gate, which is where I need to go. I'm going to ride this thing down really close like that, and then I'm back in bounds. So there's an invisible wall on the top of the gate, but not following that railing on the way down. So we can just do that to get back in bounds. So here's the script: is we're going to basically create a bomb train. I'm going to stop time to get out of the way. And then I'm going to time slow to get a little further ahead now that I've gone past the explosive area. And then we're going to finish this level. And I'm going to hopefully skip a cutscene correctly. I'm going to wait for a visual cue when the two lines touch right here, the blue and the pink. Like, I missed it. Well, yeah, that's the end of that level. And now for this one, we're gonna do. So the skip for this one comes at the end. It skips. It funnily enough skips the story objective, so we don't have to do the thing that we came here to do. We can just leave. But this is why the crossbow is so overpowered. You can see I can just time slow. I can just zoom in with the scope, and then just everything I want just dies in one shot. It's pretty good. And then I'm going to wait for this door to open like that, and then I'm going to time slow my way forward. So here's a new enemy that they're trying to introduce us. You could call this a half variant of us. So I'm going to go ahead and stick him with a grenade. So these guys have powers similar to us, not quite perfectly, but similar to us. They move fast because they're using their own time slow energy to like manipulate themselves to do that. Here's an ammo box. It just gives you free ammo. Unlimited ammo. You could stand on it and shoot forever. But right here, we're gonna grab this bomb and we're gonna blow up the door. And conveniently enough, you don't have to run far away. You can actually just hide around the wall right here. And then you can go. So the game wants you to run really far away, but you can just hide around the corner. And then we're going to use that whole walking on wire trick again. This time it's electrified, so I need to make sure that I definitely don't stand in it. And now here comes this skip for this level. So this level, funnily enough, I don't want to walk around, so I'm going to skip by just doing a grenade jump over the wall. But another funny thing is that oh, yeah, I forgot. I need to heal. So there's an explosive barrel behind me that's going to help push me over the wall. I need to make sure that I don't let that hurt me. But I'm going to come down here, and there's this convenient little room with a vent where I'm just going to jump into it. It's a little hard to get it correct. But yeah, I'm just going to jump into the vent like this, not go into the tunnel, and I'm going to walk around the side here like this. So I'm out of bounds now. That vent just doesn't exist. And I'm going to run this way towards the end of the level. Conveniently enough, some of these textures do render while you're out of bounds. So you can just walk around using those as reference. Where am I? Okay, cool. Alright. So there's the troops that we were supposed to free, but they're freed already. So that's cool. But here, I'm going to walk towards the end of the level and just hit it from out of bounds. Yeah, neat little skip. That's just something that just doesn't exist. Alright. So we got an ATV, luckily. I'm going to go ahead and pre-shoot it, so that way after this cutscene plays, we can actually use it for another reverse object boost. You call it well, I guess we'll call it a Rob. Yeah, we'll call it a Rob. But this cutscene would play every single time if you quick saved correctly, so I'm just going to let it play once and then save after it so we don't have to watch it again. But I'm going to blow up this ATV, hope that something explodes correctly. Nothing did. I like this thing, but this might be a little hard to use. Yeah. The smaller the object, the harder it is to stand on. Duh. I would prefer to use a tire, but it's hard to get those to get enough height sometimes. That's way too far. That's so far away. I need to go over there. So I'm actually going to, even though this launch got me pretty far away and I could just walk to the end, I'm going to go ahead and just do it again. It's not really hard to give this another try because of how quick the setup is. Ooh, that one just went under my feet. We're gonna try this fender. Oh, that worked. Yeah, I like this one. This one works. All right, so the end is right there, so we're just gonna go ahead and push ourselves out of this force field. One day. How am I looking? No, I'm still in it. So I like to use, yeah, my guns for reference. So luckily, I won't take fall damage from this. The way fall damage works is it cares about your starting point and your ending point. If your ending point is higher than your starting point, you don't take fall damage. So I didn't have to do the whole save load to cancel my velocity. Instead, I could just fall and everything was fine. Anyway, yeah, that's road trip. That's another level that could be. I think the segmented version does that in like 15 seconds because you just load, immediately pull up the car, and you can fly directly into the end of level trigger. I keep getting stuck at the ground when you jump.
Shoulder threat detected.
Yeah, nothing else could possibly use the Rob name. I think it'd be easier for people to have the acronym. Just thinking about it. Alright. Just gonna clear these guys out. Actually, there's not gonna be a lot happening here for a little bit, so let's give the host about a minute for some donos and stuff. The only thing notable here is I'm gonna use a grenade jump to skip a cutscene, an in-world cutscene. Anyway, yeah, host you if you want to do donations. Alright, so I'll take it back around here-ish. So now we've gone through this fight area, and we need to get inside the building, but we don't have anything to do it the correct way, so now we're going to use some set dressing to conveniently do this the wrong way. So there's this barrel that's conveniently placed, like, exactly where we need it. You could not have asked for a barrel to be in a weirder place. This might work. I'm going to try this. Oh my god, that worked. I shouldn't be up here. No, is that a wall? Am I stuck? Okay, thank you. So I'm going to do another save load. Okay, that didn't kill me. But we also don't like ladders, so I'm going to break my ankles. And we're just going to walk to the end of the level. So we skipped whatever the section is to get inside the room by just... Oh, why is his body solid? Yeah, we're just gonna go walk to the end here. There's this really cool animation that I will let play because it is kind of cool. Just guy diving over a box. Sorry, buddy. Oh, Converter, what's the emote? The table. The table with, like, the scared face. For Twitch, so I can tell people to at least spam that if they don't have a chair-related emote. Because the chair's coming up here. Flip this? Okay, it's called flip this. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Alrighty. So this level, this has got some cool skips to it. It's got one skip that's segmented, but I do it because I just learned it, and I kind of got used to it. It's probably not worth doing, but I do it anyway because that's just, again, I learned it that way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip this puzzle. Normally you have to go to each like turret, like right over to the side here, and you just turn them off. But like you could just do time slow through the whole thing, and then you can just hit the final one, and then you're done. But here we're gonna take these dudes out because they're gonna be a problem, and then we're gonna take this chair. Yeah, chat. If you have a chair-related emote, Or if you don't have one, you can use the global one called Flip This, capital F, capital T. And you can spam it to encourage this chair to help us out. We're going to see him one more time. We're going to see the chair one more time. I'm going to go ahead and get this chair in position. And then I'm going to use it to do a rob. I don't like that. Yeah, that was not a good boost. We're going to use this chair to do a rob. And I'm going to get on it. And it's going to shoot me across the room. So instead of walking around, walking through this, blah, 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 instead I can just come up here, and then I can fall to the switch that I need to trigger. And then I can hit that switch. We're hitting one more switch before we leave.
Please clear the air.
Alright, just need to take out these guys so they don't get in my way. I'm going to go ahead and grab a grenade. There's an ammo box here I can just refill. Always take a free grenade when you can get one. And then we're going to do a really hard double grenade jump off this balcony. So there's a huge invisible wall encircling this whole area here. And I'm going to try to skip it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quick save. And then I'm going to do I'm going to do it in time slow so less things have a chance of shooting me. Perfect. I think I got it. Nice. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to land on this pipe here. I'm going to heal. And then now I'm at the end. It's pretty much the end of the level. I have like one more time puzzle to do. But pretty much I just skipped like the second half of this section. When you go down here, then you walk all the way around just to hit this one button. So instead of going around, I just jumped over it. Here's a time reversal scripted event. The way scripted events work is normally time reverse drains a ton of energy. Like, it is expensive to do this ability. But they have these scripted events here that will reduce the multiplier of how much energy it drains. So now you can see it takes barely any energy to do this. Whereas I was just to do this normally, there's no way I could have time reverse up for this long. So I wait there on purpose because sometimes the multiplier can bug out if you do it too fast and you aren't able to actually do the puzzle because it's still draining too much energy. Alright, here. So this is intended to be a maze. You're supposed to get confused. You're supposed to get lost in where you're going because there's so many catwalks and boxes and things like that. But instead of you're doing a maze, imagine you could just draw a straight line to the end of what you needed to do. That's what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to draw the straight line. So I'm going to go over here to pick up some ammo. There's an ammo box conveniently located to where I'm going to use to get back up. Alright, so we're going to use the healing mechanic. I'm going to get myself to low health, use time stop, and then use the grenades and the crossbow to boost myself up into this area while I'm healing. Alright. Hit this button, and then we're going to move on. And this is where the chair makes its return. This is the only time we'll see this chair again, so get it out while you can. You probably have about 20 seconds left of this chair being on screen. Alright, this guy's taunting me for the future. And let's see how much this chair cooperates. So, I don't really like it, but I'm going to try it. No, I don't like it. Actually, no, it worked. Okay, it worked. Alright, that's weird that worked. I'll take it. Alright, and now we're just going to ride this little ledge here to the end of the level. So instead of having to go down, go back up, go around, all that stuff, we can just instead follow this somewhat straightish path to the end of the level. And because ladders are slow, we'll just break our ankles. And there you go. It's the end of that level. Alrighty. So, this level skips pretty easy. We're just going to jump, like, off a catwalk, basically, is the skip we're going to do. But it does have a neat little time puzzle here that you have to solve. So you've got these pistons, they're going to crush you. And you got some fire. Whoop. You got some fire here that's going to burn you unless you use your time abilities correctly. And then we're going to skip this other time puzzle by just jumping over the wall. That guy had a bad day. I'm going to blow this up so that way it doesn't kill me on my way over. Actually, wait. This. And we're gonna do a double grenade jump. Just kidding. Let's try that again. We're gonna do a double grenade jump. Ooh. We're gonna break our ankles and then just land over here. Oh, I forgot to blow that up. Okay, there we go. But now we're done. That one big skip jumping off the catwalk saved a bunch of time. And we're just gonna walk to the end. So it's like every level has a skip of some kind, whether it's big or small, you're skipping some section of the level. And the reason I blew this up early is because the fire will eventually run out. So I basically tried to put it in a way that would hopefully wear itself out by the time I got there, but it looks like I was still actually pretty quick. Alright, and now comes Sabotage. This level is another quick one, but the strat to do it is a triple grenade jump inside a confined space, which is very easy to kill yourself, so I'm going to be very careful with this. I'm going to edge my way out of the vent to get my guns. I'm not supposed to have them in here, as you saw at the start of the level, but I'm going to abuse time stop to heal, and then I'm going to throw 3 grenades here in the tube, and get myself out of bounds just like that. Beautiful. I'm going to strafe my way like this. And I'm going to walk towards a certain spot on this wall. Again, terrain's missing, so I'm kind of like eyeballing this. And I'm going to wait till I fall back inbounds. Around here. Nice. Which I'll then clip back inbounds. And the final room of the mission. Like this. Now I'm full of the inbounds. And I can now work my way towards the end of the level. And that's Sabotage. That triple grenade jump is way harder than it looks. Trust me on that one. I'm surprised that works so easily. You're trying to thread the needle of the grenades boosting you enough, but also not doing enough damage to kill you, and that's why you abuse time stops healing. So that margin of error is very small. You don't have a lot of room to work with that. But now this is the level Exeunt. This level is probably the hardest object boost in the game because you have to go straight vertical. Going straight vertical is very hard because any deviation from straight up will most likely result in this trick not working. So I'm trying to get this thing to go as up as I can so that way I can get on it, boost, and I got it. Nice. Ooh, man, I'm going so high. Crap. Okay, I finally stopped. Wow, I went really high on that one. That was a good boost. Alright, and again, I don't have to do the save cancel here. I can just land. And then I hit these 2 levers like this. And we can go to the end of the level. So, just skipped walking, ascending the entire mountain on this level. Reverse object boosts are kind of wild. And letting you do crazy stuff like this. So that boost again is also way harder than I made it seem. Again, like with every other boost, you have this huge, like this huge cone. If I'm doing like this is like your entire like angles that'll work. And on Exeunt, it's like this. It's like you have this much margin of error compared to this. You can see what the difference is for this. That's why it's so hard. So anyway, all right, we did that level, and now we're gonna be going to another level, which has another boost that'll get us right to the end of the level. So we're just like skipping levels, like one after the other here. The end of the game becomes pretty fast at times because you're just finding ways to get to the end of level trigger, because the end of level trigger for these ones just exists in the world, and you don't have to worry about doing something else to spawn it in. Alright, host, if you actually want to get one donation in right now, you can do that. Does that actually work? Ooh, first time I got that. All right, so so here is a boost where hopefully it'll just shoot me. Okay, that's a far launch. That's fine. I can make this work. So it's just gonna shoot. As long as I get over the gate, I can generally get to the end of the level. I just need to get out of this wall. I don't even know what wall I'm in. I'm in this one. Okay. I need to land here and then walk out of bounds, and then be careful about where I'm walking, because even if I walk over this fence, I would fall to the fence, and then I would walk out of bounds again, whereas rather just keep the height that I have. So now I'm going to walk in a particular way to make sure I don't cross over this terrain. Go ahead and use time slow here. And I'm just going to walk to the end of the level. So the end of the level trigger does exist. It's actually right, you can't see it. There's a vent right there-ish that I'm going to go ahead and walk into. But I need to get on this building first. And our favorite way of going down is to break our ankles. Yes. Break our ankles. All right. Anyway, so let's move on. So you can see the vent just spawned in over there. And I'm just going to go ahead and touch the middle of it. And now we're going to move on. Next level. All right. Do I have a grenade? I do have a grenade. How am I getting grenades now? All right. So this is another really quick level because we managed to do something that was probably, I can't say whether it was intended or not, because it seems like so obvious that it was intended. But here, all right, so I just skipped walking around. That's basically all I did with that. I just skipped walking around. I'm going to let my time abilities recharge here real quick. I will need them. But once I let them recharge, I'm going to hit this trigger from the wrong side, and I'm going to hit time slow, and then just walk to the end of the level. I'm pretty sure this is not intended, because this would be a really short level if this was intended. Maybe it's because I'm hitting the trigger on the wrong side. It's why it's working like that. But you just walk to the end of the level. It's right there. So anyway, yeah, that's Gate Crashers. Anyway, so this level has another time reversal puzzle. There's a giant fan that's like pushing you around. It's gonna push you into the fan, and you can predict what happens from that. But I'm gonna wait here for a second. Even though the door's open, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds to make sure that multiplier goes low enough. Then I'm gonna walk out and then time reverse my way across the section. So make sure I get the path right. There we go. And then we're going through here. All right, cool. We're good. And the only thing to do in this level is go up to the top and activate a button and then leave. So actually, I'll go ahead for host. If you want to take over for this entire level, you are more than welcome to. It'll be about 2 minutes. All I'm doing is running and touching a button, and then I'm going to go touch some other buttons and move on. So I think it's good for host to take over for sections like this where I could do some funny skips, but it's not really worth it. Like, I'm pretty sure I could just fall off this catwalk down there. I'm pretty sure I could do that. I haven't tried. I don't know, I'm not timing this run. Should I just try it? Can I even jump off this? Oh, that's probably why you can't. Probably can't jump off of it. Buddy, I shot you in the head. Die. Where? Oh. Headshot. I didn't realize you could press those buttons multiple times and time stop. Ooh. I don't like this. I'll be fine. Closer than I wanted, but I'll be fine. Alright. Off in there. I'll figure out some plus pot to take up. Alrighty, so this is the level called Repo Man. Repo Man, I would call one of the top 5 hardest boosts, because you're doing a boost again, smaller margin of error. Not as much as Exient, but you have a small margin of error. But you're doing it while getting shot at, and a lot of the times they can just blow your stuff up, and that will cause a major problem. We're gonna try this. I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I had it. That actually would have worked. No! That would have worked. No, this won't work. Yeah, that won't work. So the goal with this boost is to get on top of the Zeppelin. There are a bunch of other places that can work, but the goal, like the best launch, would be to get on top of the Zeppelin. Oh, that's a bad one. I can't fix that. That's what I was saying. Small margin of error. I can't have this thing be spitting me anywhere but, like, mostly straight back. Ooh, that's... Yeah, we like that one. That's a good one. Alright. So this will get me on the Zeppelin, which is fine. Alright, and then I'm going to save, because then the next step is to fall into the control room in a specific spot while breaking our ankles. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Oh, come on. Alright, we'll just do that jump again. Go. And there we go. That's the end of Reaper Bane. Just launch straight to the end of the level. Luckily enough, the top of the level is open, and you can just fall into it. But anyway. Small auto-scroller section here at the beginning. So actually, host, if you want to take it over for about a minute or so, you can get some donations and some other stuff in here.
Intel shows a magistrate refueling base close by, but it's buried in the cliffs. Get on the turrets. We can't dock this boat if they're trying to bring us down.
I think that's all of them. That's all of them. Alright, I gotta wonder. Is Cook in the control room? Cook in the flight deck here? Oh, he's flying the Zep. I didn't know that. Alright, so we finished the status scroller section at the beginning. We're gonna go ahead and dock ourselves at the fueling station, and I'm gonna go in and get the Zeppelin some more fuel so we can actually get to the final level of the game. There's one more time puzzle I do have to solve, and then after that, time abilities will no longer be a thing. I just realized Reaper Man's the last object boost in the run. I didn't even realize. Alright, so let's see if this thing gives me some trouble. Is it just time slow to the dude? And goodbye, Rob. Alright, so that was an easy time puzzle. Okay, it's literally just slow. So, crouch walking like this, the fastest way to move is diagonally. Like a weird... there's a, what's the other game that does diagonal walking? GoldenEye. GoldenEye, right? Yeah, we're doing a GoldenEye impression. Alright. In terms of skips, this level doesn't really have that many, if at all. Actually, I think this level actually doesn't have any skips, now that I think about it. We're just gonna go here and touch a button, so host, if you want to take it over till the end of for like 30 seconds. Then I can mention something about how I'm doing the end.
We can't wait much longer. Go get some fuel now.
Stand clear of the loading area. Cargo loading on train platform.
Venting again. That's pretty sus, dude. Actually works. Let's ignore that happened. Alright, so at the end of this level, there's a bunch of dudes shooting you, and it's easier to really just heal when you need to. You don't take enough damage that it's, like, concerning about how much ability energy you have. You can just tank it all and then just heal through it. This is actually the most damage I've ever taken in that section. Yeah, you can just tank it all, you can just heal through it and move on. And now we're on to the final level of the game. This is the level called Consequences. It's the only level with a boss fight, and we're gonna skip it. God damn it! It crashed again on the boss level. That's weird. I feel like I need to restart the game. That one I expected. I'm not mad about that crash. I expected that one to happen. I'm not mad. I know that happens. I might, when I do another run, I might try to preload that level first and then do it. Let's see. Because it'll load off of this. Or that's right, it'll load me to the last checkpoint, then it will load to the next level. Alright, so just gonna face tank this again. Alright, now it should be the last level. This shouldn't crash. Is it like a VRAM issue or thinks it runs out of memory? No, whatever. Alright. Alright, so we're ironically in the same level that we started in. We're in the city with the brick down area. And we're back. But this time, now that we've basically manipulated the timeline to be in our favor, we're gonna redo the beginning of the game in our favor. So here, ironically enough, they're going to give us really powerful weapons. They're going to do that standard trope where they give you really powerful weapons on the final level to let you just go wild with. So this is the EMF cannon, for example. It does stuff, but it also lets you explode walls that have damage to them. Oh, actually, low on health. We got the shotgun. Just blast this guy away. And this has an overcharge effect that we're going to use to kill this enemy to take their gun. But we're going to get a new gun called the Surge Gun. And we're going to pick it up, and I'm going to break this wall. And then I'm going to use this to boost myself up this wall. Are you serious? Why did that crash? Okay. Ugh. That's fun. I need to identify why that's crashing so much. It'll just be a lot of testing on Saturday and Sunday of just like, can I cause this to crash consistently? At least it'll save me on the brick wall because I saved right before I saved right at the top of the brick wall, so I can just go to that second. Alright, so we're at the top of this brick wall. And whoop, let's do that again. And luckily enough, the end of the game is right through this wall. So once we just get through this little crack, cool, we're done. All right, we just skipped the first phase of the boss. So the boss has, we'll call it 4 hit points. The only one that matters is the one on the bottom. Everything else is just like bonus to get to the bottom one. Like the bottom one will kill him, but the other 3 just lock you out from damaging the bottom one. So now that we're here at the end of the game, it's gonna realize, hey, you're at the final spot. The boss isn't there. Let me go ahead and move him to the next area. So the boss is now gonna move to the area and just unlock the bottom turret for us to destroy. Time is coming up when the bottom turret destroys. I'll call it out. But basically, I just sit here and wait for the visual cue of when it's damageable, which is this Empire State looking building in the distance. So I'm just gonna wait for the blue part to pass it. Time slow, and then I'm gonna shoot it 4 times, and that's time. Alrighty, cool. That's but yeah, that's time shift. I'm gonna go ahead and quit the main menu because then it's gonna force us to watch cutscene. How was that? 1 hour 6, including every single crash. Oh, actually, add 2 minutes. Add 2 minutes for the intro that I skipped technically, but whatever. That's still 108. Estimate's 115. Yeah. That's not even close. I guess I'll go ahead and have to ask, I forget who is, it's gonna be Helix. Helix will be my, I need to ask Helix if they're okay with me showing off the funny thing with the sketches being weirdly stretched. It's like a fun gag on that. I would show off the funny weapon thing, but, I don't know if I have time. I guess I do have time to set that up, but it would take a solid 5 minutes to show off, because I have to go edit the text file. I mean, I could. It would be kind of funny. I don't know how. I'll think about it, if that's worth showing off. I mean, I don't think the sketches are really worth showing off, to be honest. Like, these are just kind of like, it's just a funny gag. I think I would rather show off the other thing. I need to figure out how long that would take. I guess I'll ask Helix ahead of time if they think it's okay. Alright, anyway. I don't have time for another run because of all the technical issues at the start, unfortunately. So, but I will be on Fastest First tomorrow doing a practice run for GDQ. I'll post in my Discord when I'm doing that. I think it's around 7 p.m. Eastern. So, anyway, thanks for coming to the practice run. I'm gonna do a couple other things before I pay for the night. So, thanks for hanging in there for the technical issues. I don't know what happened, but we live on and we progress. So, anyway.